episode. I just want to tell you thank you for watching. Thank you for giving it an opportunity. If you can, please subscribe to the podcast. And also one more thing, if you could tell one more person to check the podcast out, just one more person, I really appreciate y'all. It's challenging to say the least to be building a platform, but when you're passionate, when you're on purpose, that makes it smooth. That makes it even better. So thank you for watching. All month these episodes will be surrounding mental health. It'll be surrounding the mental of Black men. So thank you so much for watching and tune in. Come on, let's get into the episode.
Welcome to another episode of Raybridging Human. Stories I told and bridges are built. What's up, Bridges? How y'all doing? We back for another episode. Another episode with these crazy individuals I love. I call friends. These are my friends. These are my people. But how y'all doing, man? We're back for another episode. We're so glad to be here. How y'all feeling? I got guests today.
Well,
my guests. Everybody good?
I feel we good. We good.
Y'all good. You know,
my cup full.
Cup full. Everybody look good. Sounding good.
Yeah,
you know, with grace, with feminine. Well, the most feminine in it.
You done started already.
I had to think about it.
Shady.
No. Yeah. So we grace with feminine energy.
Biologically.
You know.
Yeah.
Let's say that. We all got feminine energy. Men, women, everybody. We got feminine energy, but yeah, we're back for another episode, y'all. If you have not already, please subscribe to the podcast. We will not know what to do, how to do it. Like and subscribe. And leave a comment.
And share.
About the episode. A few weeks ago, y'all, me and these individuals, we went down to Montgomery, Alabama. Yes. And it was the National Action Day. It was about voting rights. We went down there. It was a lot. So I wanted to bring them on the show today and have an episode to kind of just talk about some things with it. We all it's kind of like a reckoning for all of us, but we all had thoughts on it, and I wanted to do an episode on it because we're in the Memphis area. This is Memphis.
Pick 901.
901. We're situated in the Orange Mound community, and it is just so important that we make everyone aware of the serious nature of the time we're living in. I think
definitely
so many of us, we don't see the rate of change in community, and that heavily affects how we give a damn about this political thing. I think we're living in a day that we cannot afford to say I don't do politics. I know you don't do politics, but politics are doing you.
Definitely.
You need to wrong, for real. You need to understand.
Getting up.
Yes, for real.
Leaving you there to clean yourself up.
Right. and
No Vaseline.
You dropped the
Every
soap.
time.
You dropped the soap.
But seriously, I think that, and I've heard some young men come in the shop before, and they like, Ray, I don't do politics, bro. But politics are doing you. And so I would say you don't necessarily have to do politics, but you need to understand what's going on.
Be aware.
In your community, in this town. So I want to get into the conversation. We're just kind of going to unpack the episode, and now we have a lead singer with us. I'm just the background.
I think harmony background.
I'm the usher.
But no, so yeah, we drove down there. We had a little Honda Civic. We drove down there. We had a great time.
Y'all gonna make it
on
rough.
little. I had to feel all this. I'm in that little. Well, it was cool. It was cool. It was a bonding time.
4.5 hours down.
Yeah.
We had a great time. I think just to start it out, I was most I guess encouraged by the variety of the crowd. The black, the white, the gay, the straight, the trans, the young, the old, like everybody was there. You know what I'm saying? I think that spoke to the larger narrative for me that we're in this, regardless of the differences. I appreciated, everybody for being out there. Who was out there? The marginalized. I mean, we just saw the people, and then the ones the allies, the people who out there with us, the white people. It was just good to see everybody out there. How did y'all feel about just kind of starting the conversation? How did y'all feel about seeing what y'all saw with the march and all the potatoes I got at the house too?
That ain't touched yet.
I've gone through one bag. I had company over, the week,
Sure,
so
sure,
I
sure,
cooked.
sure.
I cooked every day. But for me, working for TSA, I traveled during the election season, so I did a couple of the rallies that they had. Kamala, I did JD Vance, I did Trump a couple times, and Tim Walz. And the difference that I could tell from the Republican ones versus the Democrat ones, that same energy was there in Montgomery. Like for the Democrat, it was peaceful. Like you said, it was a variety of people. I enjoyed that. Like it was calm. I sat in it. I sat in it. It emboldened me a little bit. It lit a fire. Definitely to see that up close and personal.
Describe that calmness.
With the Republican ones, from my experience with the rallies and stuff, with them it was more so raw, like in your face and superiority type of very aggressive. This mentality of y'all can't tell me what to do. I mean, I'm here. Whatever y'all say, I can't bring this in. Oh no, I do you know who's the president? I can't. No. So that type of difference, it was calm with the Democrats. It was love. Everybody loved on everybody, and I saw that out there in Montgomery.
So, something that came to mind, Trina. I'm gonna put you on Front Street a little bit. You said you could tell the type of white people that were there. Talk to me about what that sentiment was.
Well, I mean, all whites are not the same, just like not all blacks are the same. But the white people that were there, I felt a genuine care and urgency for fairness from them. Especially the lady that came and talked to me because I told you that.
It's your aura.
The whole time.
It's your
I don't care if I am at the farmer's market.
Give you 4 ear corns.
Older white person.
Y'all come.
I can have my earbuds in. They're gonna come right over. Like you said, I'm picking corn, and they'll just start talking.
She came.
And that lady came. She was a beautiful, beautiful energy.
Yeah, wow, yeah.
Talked about her time that she lived in Memphis. Okay. Her son went to school in Memphis. All the things. And it reminded me, because quite honestly, I was born in 1971. And
1971. Put some respect on that.
1900. And I grew up in an all-black neighborhood. I went to all-black schools until I went to middle school. And I just did not feel that I needed to kind of really have relationships with white people. Because the fullness that I got from
your shoulder shrug was diabolical.
I'm trying to say it right.
Isn't that you felt like they didn't ever add to anything, they always took? And you felt
most
that.
of the time.
Come on, sinners, talk about it.
Yeah.
Or if they weren't taking, they weren't stopping it from being taken.
Oh, gotcha. You right about that?
Okay.
So then, and I can't think of the lady's name right now, so please forgive me, but she was one of the people who sat in, who was involved in the sit-ins, and she became a Delta. And her son is a Q. White people. But
wait a minute now.
Look, I'm like,
I'll give you all I'll text you the information. But
please
learning
do.
about her in high school, I kind of went, because most of the time, whatever you read, even in American history and in Black American history, it was pretty much always us against them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like I said, even the advocates, and I understood why, because I was in a group called the Rotary Club when I was in high school. So this Black kid from BTW, as well as a kid from Northside, as well as a kid from MUS, whatever. We would come together like 2 or 3 times a year. And one particular time, our retreat was in Olive Branch at Whispering Woods Hotel.
Okay.
Convention center, whatever.
Yeah, I know what this is.
And we were talking one night after all the breakout sessions and whatever, and we had the opportunity to go look at movies in different rooms. So I forget the movie we were looking at, but we really weren't looking at the movie, we were talking. And this guy, we're still friends to this day, said, that his grandmother and the grandfather were part of the protests in Alabama for voting rights. And I was like, really? He was like, yeah. He said, but my grandmother had always loved this black guy, but he couldn't marry her because her parents said, if you marry him, we are not giving you your inheritance.
Right.
Wow.
If you marry this guy, we will.
That's crazy.
So that was really sobering to me. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to choose to be with who you really love or who's convenient.
Right.
So that kind of changed my outlook on it. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of stuck with me. But still, I love being around my folk because even after a good vibe check, all my folk ain't my folk, but I still would choose to be around. You know what I'm saying?
And the variety was everything.
Yeah.
The variety was everything. And I was gonna say, when I saw that trans mother and her daughter, listen, I was like, I know this, right?
Yeah.
They were
Prancing, flouncing, as you will.
Well,
Flouncing.
because when you think about it, equal rights means equal rights. Doesn't mean one gets more and the other one's. It's not like a fraction of a pie.
And
like you look at a pie and this gets a bigger slice, but then the other things, even in this raggedy country's economic distribution, some people get a big slice, and some other people get a sliver. But some people only get a sliver.
Yeah.
And to that
That's
point,
not what rights are.
And to that point, the more intersectionalities that you have, trans, black, woman, the less of that pie you get to taste. And so they are on the front, like they're fighting for life. They're not fighting for rights. They're fighting for life. Yes. To answer your question, for me, I felt very surreal in a way, because I kept trying to feel what my ancestors felt, because I never thought
that I would be
be fighting for the right to vote.
Yeah, I kind of felt like that too.
I understood that we would still have to fight in some shape, form, or fashion, because we're still not equal. There's not equity in this country.
Not at all.
If you're not white man, you're not. I'm sorry, white woman, you're not the it factor. Look at how the administration is disposing of their women in real time. Just take a look.
Right.
But
they're adjacent to makes them feel comfortable.
Yes. For me, I was trying to conjure what Martin Luther King was processing as he prepped for each march. Understanding that I was in the city where he resided, that we were there. What was his anniversary of the Selma March to Montgomery? It just passed, right? But we were in the same time that was happening. It was the same time we were. The energy was there, and so when I walked up and I realized, oh, I got a free ticket for food. Y'all organized. Y'all thought of me. Being here in the hot. You thought of me.
The fans,
fighting for my freedom. The fan, the water was free in this economy. And so like I was transported back to the 1960s civil rights. There was organization there. They transported people there, and also to understand that this movement was talking about the same things on social media. If you need a ride to get there, here's a link. The importance, the urgency was felt for me before I even got there. And so walking up and then seeing also the diversity, I'm like, oh man, I'm not alone in this.
Right.
Because before that, I felt kind of like defeated. Like, what the fuck are we about to do? Sorry,
right.
I don't think you do that. Like, as Tennessee was ramping up to slice up Memphis's vote, I'm like, the fuck is about to happen?
Yeah.
Also, you have federally, they're talking about getting rid of the 14th Amendment. If you don't understand what that means, let's educate. That means that if Big Mama was not born here, they're no longer, Big Mama wasn't born here, and then your mother was, she doesn't have birthright citizenship anymore. I'm sorry. Which means that you're technically not a citizen either. And if we take that back 2 or 3, 4 generations, that means I'm not a citizen anymore. That means not only do I not have the right to vote, I don't have the right to be here. I've spent 36, 37 years here. So you telling me I have to go somewhere? Like, no, the fight is here. And
but they're not gonna stop you paying taxes.
yeah, no, that's automatic, baby. That's automatic. Because you gotta exactly. And that is when, that also brings me back to when some of us were saying, when ICE came, that's not my fight. No, that is our fight. That was our fight. Because if they get rid of them, the lowest of the low on our economic system, they prop up the empire. They have free labor. If there's no them, then it is us. Then it is us. Not only that, to quote Martin Luther King, if there's injustice anywhere, there's injustice everywhere. And it's going to come for you. If you're not white male, it's coming.
And Kadarius, I think that's the part that is hard for people to understand. Like if it's not, listen, if they ain't got justice, we all don't have justice because we're all attached to this thing. And I going, and just from that point alone, I want to talk about the disconnect, specifically in our community. The disconnect in our community. I think one of the scariest pieces for me is to watch all of this happening and to see the way the system has strategically like desensitized the fuck out of us. Like we're so desensitized, we don't care. Oh man, they ain't got nothing to do with me. And I want us to break that down, you know, and I got it broke down into 4 different parts, but I want us to discuss like our community, where the disconnect came, because even, I'm not gonna lie, when we got back and people saw our post, I had several people come to me the week after, was like, okay, why y'all go? What y'all get to come?
What?
You know, it was like kind of like that, and it was said like that, but it was trying to be said like on a little subtle level. But why y'all go? Okay, what y'all get to come? Okay, what's next? And I'm like, you know, and I didn't get upset, but you know, I like to be like, I'm like, this galvanized us. This, so everybody that was at the rally has a responsibility to go and charge their community.
You're right about that.
And so it wasn't that we were going to solve anything. Nobody, you know, and I think a part of that is the apathy people have with protesting. You know, with people getting out, oh, that none of that matter. Don't none of that work. Now I get it. You know, no legislation got changed the other day, but like
the other day,
right? Right. But I think the purpose of us
the question is, how many rallies did our ancestors do to first get free?
Yes.
Yeah.
How many people ran away before a war was started?
Yes.
How many people got beat up in the South, hung in the South before they decided that lynching
was a
crime?
Right.
How many times did we have to organize marches to say, no, I'm not going to the back of the bus?
Talk about it.
Just because we've done one rally, that doesn't mean that change is immediate. It says that we're visible, that we're still a community, that we're still a collective that needs to be reckoned with. We're constituents of voters for now that need that representation, that voice still to be heard. And that was the way that we get that voice heard, by saying that, no, we're we're thousands of people coming together, traveling from Florida, traveling from New York. Like, when I tell you that California, people came all the way to the South, Montgomery, to say, like, we're here. That was the statement. That's what's got accomplished. I no longer feel like Memphis, Tennessee is an island anymore.
Yeah.
Where they see that my vote is now gone. My gay black vote is now gone. And Justin Pearson is still in the race, trying to get the vote to rally around him, even though the odds are stacked against him. Like that is why we rallied. It's because, hey, Justin, I'm here.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
And I'm not gonna lie, and just even Justin, if this gets to Justin, Trent can tell you I haven't been the biggest Justin fan. I have not, and not because he.
Let's talk about it.
I just say expound on that, please.
Not because I don't think he shows up, not because I don't think he's valid, but one of my biggest pieces that I think the way he shows up, it always connects to the older black people, and you got a whole sea of younger blacks. You know what I'm saying? Because you show, and I grew up in church, so I'm used to it, but everybody's not used to the young Baptist preacher, and that's how he shows up. But he did more. And when he was upset the other Thursday, and he cussed the guards out. He did more.
He broke the quorum.
He built the quorum.
You got to break the quorum.
Yes, you broke the quorum.
Because that's the only thing they understand.
People. Trent and I both know, like they're like, man, he young like me. Man, he got passion like me. He spoke to that, and I know a lot of the older black people like, oh, he
did too much.
No, the money.
No.
They react that way because
of how they had to navigate life back in their time.
That was one of my points.
To explain, but not to excuse.
I said I was born in 71, but my parents were born in 44 and 45. They grew up in Jim Crow South. So the object of the game was to keep your head down. Be quiet. To the house. Me born in 1971, the age of Aquarius, I never gave a fuck. Like literally, when I was looking for fucks, I didn't find it because I feel like I'm
just as important,
like
right?
I don't have to look down when you walk up.
Dead in your eye,
right?
Every time.
So, and my grandmother,
every time,
God rest her soul, told me. She said, "God knows exactly who to put here at the right time."
Yeah,
because I would have probably not been here.
Me and my brother.
Whether they would have sent me away or whether them folk would have done something to me, I don't know. But I just never had that. So for those older people, it is more of a don't do that.
Yeah.
Do it this way. That kind of nonviolent way. I'm kind of some things
in between,
need to be done nonviolently. There's some things, for the church people, you got to take it by force. Can't be nice about it. Some things you got to go no. No, you can talk to me this way.
Let me get that.
No, exactly.
let me get that.
Yeah, I explained to a 18-year-old young man yesterday. He was talking about MLK, and he had heard some stuff. You hear some stuff you don't really know, but he was like, MLK was just too nice. He was just too kind. He was just too, and then he started talking about Malcolm. And so I told him, I said, well, interestingly enough, both realized that I need a little bit of what
they came back to the middle. Towards the end, and that is why they were both assassinated. Let's just name that because
them two powerful forces.
There were two powers that were coming together they realized that I can't be too anti-establishment, and I can't be too black, and I can't be too in the middle.
Right.
And so they were coming together, and they were also bringing other people along with them that didn't look like them. Their ideologies were matching, and that was dangerous because with that kind of coalition, it was game over.
It was unstoppable.
It was game over, and so they had to stop them early. And I think right now, our YNs, the reason why there's a level of apathy is because I don't think that they've had the level of knowledge and exposure that we were afforded when we went to certain spaces. They didn't have the auntie, uncle, grandmama, and them that were literally generations removed that was still reminding them that what you get to experience is a privilege. Like I didn't have that. And they're not getting that in school. I was just telling y'all before we got on the podcast, like I was teaching 8th graders who were not exposed to any kind of social studies, not American or African American history. And so they didn't know their story. And so they didn't see things repeating themselves in Trump's first election, his narrative. They didn't understand why Proud Boys was a triggering moment for people that were my age and older. They don't understand the subtleties, like what gutted the voting rights bill, right? Was the fact that race was no longer implicitly, you had to make sure that race was implicitly implied to make sure that you couldn't gerrymander. Folks are not about to say, because you a nigga, you can't vote. They're not. That was 1960 civil rights, right? That was Jim Crow era. Now it's if you don't have a star on your driver's license, if you don't have a passport, if you don't have a driver's license, if you don't have a birth certificate. Folks in our communities do not have these things, and I don't think you understand how hard it is to actually get those things when you don't have them. And so that is how they're ostracizing your vote. These are the mechanisms that this administration already knew, studied in our classrooms, because the person who created Project 2025 did a whole dissertation in African American history on how we got our rights. And so now he wrote a whole playbook on how to take it back. And that is what's happening.
There was also a black woman who helped facilitate all of that.
Oh, say her name.
What's her name?
As I said earlier, I'm a researcher.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, because I mean, you do have to have. So Kay Cole.
Okay.
Kay Cole.
James.
Okay.
And it's from Impact Magazine, and she spent decades building conservative policy and led administrations that built policies that harmed black people. Yeah, she worked.
The amount of self-hate.
I was just the self.
She was the first black woman to serve as president of the Heritage Foundation.
Heritage meaning like South Rise Again?
No.
The Heritage Foundation. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'll send this to you all, people. I sent it to you on Instagram.
Yeah, send that to me so I can drag her through the mud.
Yeah.
Drag
So
her to
you have to have people who buy into that ideology in order for the ideology to grow. So it's the same thing with the diverse group of people that were in Montgomery. We need that diversity who believe in that for that movement to grow. It works on both ends.
Yeah.
And the thing that we have to keep in mind is, despite all the ignorant shit, right is always going to prevail.
Yeah.
We can turn off all the lights in this building and close all the curtains. But if we light one candle, the darkness is no longer effective.
Come on, Luther.
You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. So
You're
it don't
right.
take a whole lot of lights.
You're right.
But when you do get a whole lot of lights, where does the darkness go? Away.
Yeah.
But you got to teach people why the light is important. And to your question about the disconnect, like I was telling you all, and I've told you this a million times, I grew up in 38126, the blackest, aside from Orange Mound, one of the blackest neighborhoods in the city. And now it's quote unquote the poorest. Financially, yes, but heritage and culture wise, no. But my elementary school principal, Sarah Lewis, God rest her soul as well, helped me understand that being black was everything. We affect everything. Everything in this country and abroad.
Yes.
Everything.
Black people have influence on it.
Side note, I saw Instagram the other day where these Asians at the barbershop are teasing their hair to be curled, to get locks, teasing their beards to look like, to have textures like ours. I was like, okay, a nice smile. Right. Okay, it go from my head. You hear me? Right.
But even thinking about that, I can remember, and this is, y'all don't know anything about this, but there was a book called Red Book back in the 80s, 70s, geared toward white women, kind of like Cosmopolitan or whatever.
Okay.
But they had a
No,
version, and like the white girls would be so upset, like if they butts was getting like, oh my god, my butt is too big. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I don't wanna. And now they paying fat money to get fat ass. They paying fat money to get big lips. They've been wearing perms. So that's what So I'm a hairstylist. Let me say this one time and one time only. We do not relaxing your hair, straightening your hair is not a perm. That's a relaxer. A perm is a jerry curl.
Yeah.
It's a cold wave process.
Right.
So the same thing that the white ladies do to make their hair curly, that's a perm. They've been doing that for years because they wanted the fullness that they would see.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The big curls they would see black women have. Like that's what they would do.
That's what they want. Okay.
So they've been biting.
Yeah.
When Kim Kardashian did them little raggedy cornrows, I didn't invent this. Bitch, no, you didn't. You did not.
Our ancestors
you made it popular because people
looked at right. That's our ancestors made that back in the day as maps to get
teach today.
Yeah.
Teach today.
You know.
That's how you get to the place.
And it's like they want to be us until it's time to really be us.
And they can't.
Like you're not gonna make it in this fight.
Which is why, I talked to this white dude for a minute. And I just could never. I'm like, this dude can flip his sign over to Alpha Lunch at any point in time. I'm black all day. Every day. I can't flip mine over.
Yeah.
So let's get into the nuance and the meat of this discussion, because I want us to speak to the things in community that keeps us disconnected, or the things situated to keep us disconnected. And I have it broke down into 4 pieces, and I kind of want us to go through all 4 of them, and not justifying like, okay, this is the reason why this is good, but just kind of breaking down the nuance of these reasons and how we can still be activated and engaged. Because I think the point of the protest was activation. We left with activation.
Yes,
sir. What I'm saying?
Sir.
And we want our communities to be activated. And I broke it down to 4 pieces. The first one I want us to just kind of break down is survival mode. Like people are just living day to day, trying to make it. And I think for all 4 of us, we live decent lives, but it's people out here that don't even live as good. And so if I have, let's just say for the sake of conversation, if I have 3 kids, and if I have 3 kids and I'm working a job making $15 an hour, and I'm just trying to raise these damn kids. I'm just trying to put these kids through school.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to put food on the table and make sure they got lights. And so if poverty hits me that way, I ain't got time for no other shit.
Because you're too focused on this.
So and I know, Trina, you have children.
Yeah.
Let's just kind of dig into that survival mode mindset, because I think that's one of the pieces that keeps us like in apathy.
With our heads down.
If you live in survival mode, you don't see the rate of change. You ain't looking for the rate of change.
You ain't looking for it.
You know what I'm saying? So,
ain't nothing changed for you, really. Like, I was gonna say, Ray, it ain't even got to be that deep where you got 3 kids. You could be freshly out of high school, with no opportunity beyond Amazon, and FedEx here in Memphis, and then maybe some restaurant somewhere.
Yeah.
And those are the kids that I spend my 8 to 5 working with. And some of them got kids. Some of them are trying to build lives.
Yeah.
And there is no avenue for them per se that they understand, because I don't have access to college.
Right.
I barely went to high school. I don't know how to navigate the system of TCAT, Southwest, or any other nonprofit. I didn't have a guidance counselor in high school to kind of help me navigate those waters.
I had one.
So you're talking about me being a politically minded. What does that mean?
Yeah.
I don't understand how that there's a disconnect, not because there's distrust, but there's no knowledge of it.
Right.
They're not understanding how who they elected or didn't elect is making decisions on how much tax breaks Amazon and FedEx get, and that informs how much labor that they get, meaning that FedEx doesn't really care about you.
You're right.
Because they're gonna make their money regardless. Nobody's talking about that. There's thousands of people that die at FedEx every night because of how dangerous it is. And so if I see that before I go back home to my wife that's pregnant and lay down my head, and I got to come to Kadarius's program, I got to try to figure out college after that so I can mobilize. Like I don't What you mean?
Yeah.
Don't have
Vote.
the bandwidth.
You don't have the
Don't
bandwidth.
have the
And I
bandwidth.
think that's
capacity.
intentional.
Yep.
I think that's
Absolutely.
intentional.
Absolutely.
Like
Absolutely.
overload their senses, make them feel like
Yes.
it's
Yes.
insurmountable to
Useless.
overcome.
Yeah. Mhm.
So they're not paying attention to the greater narrative that's happening. They don't have time to pay attention. They see it, they feel it, but they can't explain it. They don't know how to navigate.
Of course, it's not that they don't care. I think a whole lot of them care, but they don't know to what extent how serious it is.
Yeah.
So one of the points that I was going to make as well was, again, growing up where I grew up, I was always around older people who told me what the fight was and how they participated in it and how you have to keep it going.
Right.
So me going to that was absolutely a charge that I had to keep because this is what these people told me that I had to do. And then remembering that for, my grandmother told me they had to guess how many marbles were in the jar.
Yeah.
So
And dude
even
said
if you
that.
got the right number, you ain't gonna know.
You ain't gonna know.
Oh, that's not the number.
That's
You
not.
can't vote this time. So me being able to walk up to that booth, walk up to that counter, get a lady my ID, and get a sheet or whatever, that is my charge to keep. But I also taught my boys that because it was taught to me.
Yeah.
So the disconnect, I think, is more than twofold, but these two particular things because I grew up and experienced them. When crack was introduced to our neighborhoods,
Say it again.
when cocaine was introduced to our neighborhood, the abrupt dismantling of the hood was unbelievable.
Also intentional.
So when you started seeing things stolen or you started seeing all these things, the very next thing you were told was, you got to get out of here. You got to move to a better neighborhood. It's terrible. You got to go. And
psychology.
And you know what you want.
Right. Yeah.
As opposed to, hey, we got to help y'all figure out how to stop this. Well, you can't help nobody figure out something that you started.
Because the narrative has changed when it comes down to opioids, man. Like, because it's affecting their community.
Talk about it.
Now, remember,
Sorry.
all the people were in because the non-black people were on the opioids real heavy that was prescribed. Oh, we got to do something about this. It's terrible. She left her kids in the car.
Yeah. After Big Pharma made billions of dollars.
Right.
Okay, so we saw a real estate commercial on TV. It was never, and mind, let me say this too. There were beautiful houses in South Memphis.
Still are. There still are.
Still are.
But none of those houses were on real estate commercials. What you saw in a real estate commercial was a 2-story house, white picket fence, 2-car garage. And if you're seeing something over and over and over and over again,
you begin to,
and you're being told, this is a great neighborhood and they got great schools and they got whatever and whatever and whatever. By all reason, a parent who's got kids be like, I gotta get my kids out.
Trina, circle what year is this right now?
This is 1986.
So not that far.
No, not that far. No. So people left. So in my neighborhood, we had pharmacy, we had grocery stores, we had fresh market, we had watermelon man that would come and have greens and watermelon, sweet potatoes, all the things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We also had great schools. We had great neighbors. There was always somebody on the street that you didn't ever see them, but they could tell you everything
going on.
And as a kid, you hated them.
No ring cameras back in the day.
Say her name.
She snitched on us all the time.
Did she take pictures of everything too?
No, she was snitching. She was like, I ain't saying nothing to your grandmama. Yes, you did. You are.
But that's who made sure that y'all didn't get killed or snatched or something.
You're right.
Because if somebody drive up, I saw this car and whatever. Okay. We had strength in our neighborhood.
Yeah.
We could be outside. I would go over my friend's house, my best elementary school. You met her the other day. Tammy Love. Tammy Love lived on McLemore, 2.5 blocks down the street. I could go over to Tammy's house. Wasn't worried about it.
Yeah.
But when the street light flickered the first time, let me get on back on my street. But we could still play outside. The only thing that we were afraid of was a man in a white van.
Snatching the
during
kids
that
up.
time,
In Atlanta, right?
child
Okay,
was going on.
Okay.
But we were never afraid other than that. And even then, we saw, it's a white van. We would scatter. We knew where to meet up.
Okay.
Woo! Okay, everybody, okay. And then you go back and play.
Yeah.
There was no fear
Okay.
until crack came.
Crack was
And it demolished us. You know what I'm saying?
Because it gave them a license to police.
Yeah.
So
War on drugs.
We didn't have to see cops in the neighborhood
Yeah.
because if somebody got out the way, and this is even funnier,
Mhm.
like other people could straighten your kid out.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, come here, boy. You knew you weren't supposed to. And then by the time you got home, your mom or your dad is going, so Miss Johnson had to say something to you? There was no, my son, he said he did. No. If they had to say something to you, you was doing something you had no business.
Yeah.
Because there was mutual trust in the
mutual trust.
yeah.
So
And
all of that stuff.
so what I'm hearing is the trust in the community broke down severely to make us move
away from them. You disbanded because so people who did move to the others neighborhoods, did you have the same community?
Others.
No.
were you accepted at all?
They didn't want you there.
I didn't want you there.
In fact, they started to move out.
Yeah.
And they'll be, don't go over there and play.
Oh,
Then next thing you know, for sale sign. For sale sign.
Yeah.
For sale sign. So what do you do? What do you then do? Hey girl, it's a house over here on the block for sale. Come over here. So you slowly start to break down the hood that we were taught was so bad, but it really wasn't.
It was a community.
It was a community.
So let's be in this, right? Survival mode makes us break because we see everybody in survival mode, right? If I can afford to leave that community, I'm gonna leave and go to,
something that I feel like
they
that.
tell me. And so that brings on to Kadarius one, the distrust piece. If we go to the distrust, okay, now I don't trust what I see because man, y'all ain't doing nothing for us. Y'all ain't nothing changing, ain't nothing happening. So we're in distrust. We're lied to, and I want to go here for a second. I think that as powerful, as amazing, and no, he was not perfect, but as amazing and as powerful as Barack Obama was for our community, I think it didn't even work for him as far as the trust because Negro. I don't see no change.
What he do for me? Yeah.
What he do for us?
What he do for the black community?
You know what I'm saying? And so for people like us, I know that upset me because I'm like, I see bigger than what I see. But a lot of people, they could not see bigger than what they. So that speaks to the distrust. Because
by and large, people are taught that, which is complete misinformation, that the president.
Yeah. Talk about that.
That's where you vote.
Yeah.
No. Where you vote is your local stuff.
Yes.
So that's what's affecting you every day.
Yeah, right.
But that is also something that's either taught in the family or taught at school, which people don't get that anymore.
Yeah.
So they don't know that. So that's part of the disconnect as well.
And they still don't have
withhold information from people. I can really because you don't know. Like I even said, so they don't teach civics no more. Girl, what's that? Baby, civics was you had to pass it in seventh grade. There wasn't no question, no comment. You got to pass it. You knew what the three branches were. Okay. You knew what Congress did. Congress is supposed to be the only body that can declare war, and the president had to get permission to do that. So
it's still a law, but go ahead.
It's still on the books.
Yeah, I'm about to say it's still on the books, but I mean,
go ahead.
So again, that distrust comes from. But I thought they ain't even doing what they say.
So
that too adds to the. Yeah, they're gonna do what they want to do anyway.
Yeah,
they're gonna do what they want to do anyway.
And I think it's less distrust and more that. If I'm voting, we've seen a generation to vote. We've gotten Obama into the office, the highest office of the free world, allegedly. And allegedly, and nothing changed positively. We felt great for a minute.
Yeah,
it was empowering to see him, a black family,
in their position,
occupy with excellence that space.
Yeah.
Yes. As a gay male, did he do some things that helped my community in that regard? Yes, absolutely. He did some shady things. As much drones as Trump has initiated, Obama has done the same thing.
Same thing.
He was not a
Real
perfect
talk.
man,
Right.
but at
Right.
the same time, he was a black man that held that weight,
smart
the
black man.
weight, a
Yeah.
smart,
Yeah,
educated.
right.
He held the
Mhm.
weight of that
Yes.
office. He was not just protecting black people;
Mhm.
he was protecting the
People.
free world,
Yeah.
allegedly.
Mhm.
And what we have seen with this administration is the dismantling of the free world. We're not talking about Gaza anymore. That's intentional.
Right.
We're talking about Iran, which is also intentional in a different way. We're not talking about how gas prices are fueling that war and also padding the billionaire pockets that are protecting Iran's oil. Like, come on. It's layered here. We're not talking about the things that matter.
Right.
We're talking about Nikki not doing her thing anymore. We're talking about
I
Drake
know.
and don't get me
We love
wrong.
that.
I
We
love
you're
Drake.
right.
Like
But the focus,
We're not
no,
right,
like
right.
I can hold space for joy and I can
Yeah.
also hold space for sorrow at the same time.
But still, I got this over here.
Right.
We got to focus on this right here.
Right, black people are infamous for compartmentalizing. I'm out here on the cotton field picking cotton while I'm singing joyous songs about the Lord doing what He gonna do because He coming. She coming. And so,
Okay.
Right.
This
absolutely.
Yeah.
Hope is a thing. It floats.
Yeah.
Hope floats.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So they had to do those things.
Yeah.
And I think we've forgotten.
Keep going
Yes.
and not be overcome with.
Probably going into your next point. Sorry. But
Come on with it.
we talked a little bit about the church's involvement in this, and I was having this conversation with my family back home yesterday, actually, about the despiritualization of church and how over time it's become more capitalistic. You give your money. You can. It's a get rich scheme, if
They
you
gonna get
will,
you.
almost.
They gonna get you. They gonna get you.
Because if you bring all your tithes to the storehouse, the church allegedly is supposed to take
But talk
care
about
of you.
it. Talk about it.
But what I've experienced from the church is that you have to beg
Yeah.
to get your lights paid for after you've given that man everything that you've gotten. After you have after you have slaved in the kitchen hours on end to make sure that the whole church was fed, they pay you minimum wage, barely.
Hey,
Oh, exactly.
I definitely say
If you got paid. If you got paid. Who? If you got paid.
I was
Yet.
gonna say, they didn't get paid. My mama went to the grocery store and bought that stuff for her own money and went to the church and cooked it and they sold it in the kitchen to benefit the church. Okay.
And nigga, your mama ain't dying.
And
I don't remember.
While can we talk about it? Getting the same tax breaks that FedEx and Amazon get.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And I want to say this because, like, being a born and raised church boy now, deconstructing the way I've done, and also I still have the wherewithal to acknowledge that is still arguably one of the most powerful places that
It can be.
that gets the attention of Black Southerners.
Yes.
That gets the attention of Black people. Black church, it's one of the pieces that people are drawn to. You know what I'm saying? And so
because it provides
a safe place. Yes.
Hope. It provides hope. And so I say that to say that there should be a charge to the church in community to speak up.
But you can't do that.
Right.
They're not going to give me my tax breaks. It doesn't make sense business wise if I talk up. If I talk up, then I don't get this tax break that allows my lights to still be on, that allows me
and allows me to drive a Maybach.
Talk about it.
Not travel Maybach, but live this cush life. Trina, you talked about an interesting hierarchy, if you will, on our way back, maybe, of the church, of the pastor being up here. Did I'm saying too much?
No.
Cut this.
I'm not scared to tell nobody.
Okay, tell us.
About it.
Teach, because I'm not saying it right.
I grew up in it. I used to be church guy in Christ. So I can't speak on Baptist or anybody. I can't speak on none of
You
that.
can't just
Okay.
join in. You got to be born in.
I was Baptist.
I was Baptist too.
I
I was Baptist.
I was all of them. Pentecostal,
I was Baptist.
Apostolic,
I was Baptist.
Baptist,
Or
Southern
your
Baptist.
gift was to be used in church for free. So I used to go.
Because you're serving the Lord.
Because you're serving the Lord. So you got to give this to the Lord for free. While they collected offerings
All of it.
from sermons that they preached according to how well you as a singer could excite the crowd.
Hallelujah.
Real talk.
So yes,
You warmed
the
up the crowd
job
for
of
them.
discipleship is to bring more people in who can support this cause and continue the work. But a lot of time, and just like any business, any major business, FedEx became a Fortune 500 company because of the people in the hood sweating to make sure those boxes got checked in and checked out and back on those planes to get back where it was. It was not the people in
Corporate America.
corporate office. They're not doing that. It's the ones on the bottom that keep it going. It's the same thing in church. It's the ones on the bottom that keep it going. The ones who need to feel accepted, same as a game. The ones who need to feel appreciated, same as a game. Same as a brothel, same as a pimp with his hoes. The bottom bitch, she ain't gotta really work as hard as the other ones. She get to enjoy the benefits. But the ones out there
on the beat.
Somebody go get set free today. Come on.
that's the reason why. And he got them convinced
that,
hey, I'm not gonna apologize because it is what it is.
Church is for community and hope dealers. And so sell hope. I have no problem with you selling hope. You have to and you need to inform your people. And you have to really put your people in a position to where they understand. Now I'm gonna go here for a second. I'm gonna go here for a second. Like we've in church, respect our love, and this is not gonna be a dog out session on church, but we've sold hope to our people so hard that we hope so hard that we just believing that Jesus is getting ready to rapture this thing up. So I ain't worried about nothing because Jesus is going to come save us. Hence 20 years later, we still here. You know what I'm saying? And so we sell hope to the point to where, okay, we get ready to go to heaven. Jesus get ready to rapture us up.
We ain't got to worry about this.
So
because of a misinterpretation of Revelation.
Yes. Of Scripture. Yes.
And so one of my mentors said, some people are so heavenly minded that they're no earthly good. And I think to add a little twist to that, some people are so capitalistic that they're no spiritually good. I think, to go back to Martin Luther King, he understood a level of spirituality. He was very intelligent. And he also had the emotional capacity to bridge the two.
Right.
We live in these United States as Black people who have suffered immensely, right? That's the hope. God has charged us in this time period right now to be effective change. What does that effective change look like? Because I have an intellectual mind, I can navigate the nuances of politics, be able to speak to it in a way that my people who are called by his name
come on,
will come and humble themselves and pray.
Yeah.
That's what Martin Luther King did. We don't have pastors and preachers doing that right now because they are also in survival mode in the capitalistic society. Well, they're also in survival mode, trying to keep what little they got off of the system that they have adopted, capitalism, right? And until we break that capitalism and understand that we are a community, and if the least of these are suffering, even just a little bit, we are all suffering.
Right.
And until that person has equity, meaning they have the same resources, access, knowledge to these things as I do, who was afforded a more affluent education, who got the opportunity to go to a white station, then University of Memphis, and then work on a couple of masters that I have not completed because I don't like it. But that is my narrative. That's not everyone's narrative. That's the majority. That's the majority of us' narratives. That's not that. And until they have the same opportunities, our work is not done. Sorry.
And looking at the 4 pillars that we discussed, like survival mode, distrust, misinformation, and the whole church component. Like, how can we begin? I kind of want to take the next few minutes to kind of speak to, because by no means are we belittling survival mode.
No.
By no means are we belittling
Understanding
the
it.
way you don't
Trust. Yep.
like police, you don't trust politicians.
We
By no means
understand.
are we belittling the church. By
Yeah.
no means are we belittling that you don't know information.
Right.
We're trying to get poor community to a point
Yes.
and a place to where we can bring all these components
together to figure out
and get us to a more charged state of mind
Yeah.
when it comes down to
A sense of urgency.
I'd like to ask this question to your viewers. How can we, or whoever it is that you trust, get you to become tuned into it?
Mm-hmm.
How can somebody help you understand what's going on so that you'll know how to move in the future?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Drop
everybody's
it in the
not going
comments.
to March.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So how can people help you?
Yeah.
You know, understand without making you feel like you're stupid, because you're not.
Right.
I call it all the time. It's
Yeah.
like people under the stairs. I was a person under the stairs. I had to work, but I also was gifted a career where I had time to do research.
Yeah.
That's another thing.
Yeah.
But everybody doesn't have that. So being that person who wants to know, but you ain't really got time, how can people help you become more aware so that you can make more effective,
Yeah.
thoughts, and decisions? I would like to know that too.
Absolutely, and we've definitely done a hell of a lot of talks and conversations on even things that we can do on the barbershop level. You know what I'm saying, to make sure that people are aware and understand what the midterms are, what the presidential elections are, like what our local votes and what matters, because. And I think one of the biggest pieces with where we are as a community, the ones who are like slightly aware, like it's frustrating because we're in a red state, especially with these new lines that we've drawn. It's like, okay, yeah, we're in a red state, so that can even put you in an even more apathetic mindset. Like, I don't care no way. I mean, red. We got Marsha Blackburn doing all this, you know what I'm saying? And so thinking of all of that, thinking of all the pieces, like we have to individually as well as collectively lead more charged lives. I think us as a generation now, we are spoiled. We don't know how to fight. We don't. I mean, seriously, like our forefathers, like they fought. They got out there and they
did it because they didn't want you to have to.
They didn't want us to have to. And now
you got to. Now you don't know how.
Now we have to. We don't know how. And so I think that piece is really.
I think we know how, but it goes back to people are in this society of it don't matter to me. So they'd rather stand in line for a Jordan or a watch or whatever the new fad may be, versus going to a line that could change the future and trajectory of your lives and your children's lives.
Because that's what they've been told is important.
Yeah.
Right. To your point of the decommunization of blacks, right? We've become so individualistic that as long as me and mine are taken care of, according to what taken care of has been defined, I don't care. And so there is that apathy, and I think we have to educate or even ask, like, what is important to you? What right now in the world that's going on do you feel affected most outside of gas prices? We all feel that outside of groceries. But why aren't you able to afford groceries? Why aren't you able to afford gas? Why are you living paycheck to paycheck every single time you get paid? You paying bills. Why aren't you able to have the life that you were told through education you were able to afford? Those are the conversations that I think we're supposed that we need to start having in like the barbershop, in like a community fair. Because those are the conversations that are turn on some light switches and be like, oh, the system isn't broken; it's operating at its high level, and That's the reason my ancestors fought, which is why I also too need to fight.
Right.
I think that the part is the conversation. We're not having the conversations. We're arguing at each other for status that we've never had.
Yeah.
And we're also, and the other part of that, to piggyback on that, what's important to you, because what's important to one person's cause may not be the same thing. And
They got us arguing over gay and straight.
Right. We have to be able to understand that. Okay, so for you it might be this, but for you it may be that, and for you it may be something else, and mine is different. But they're all collectively a part of breaking that. So understanding that part as well will help.
Memphis has got so much crime. Well, why? We're also one of the poorest major cities in the United States. That is intentional.
Absolutely.
How do you help alleviate some poverty so that people aren't so desperate to go break in your car for your little $20?
And I'm gonna tell y'all something to that point. This last gubernatorial cycle in Mississippi, I strategically watched that race, and the one ad that they used like time and time again, not what's going to change. They had water issues, not what's going to clean this water. They have education issues, not what's going to fix the education.
I think they're number 50 in the country.
Yes. The one issue that used on ads were trans. That was the issue.
Fear mongering.
And I said, damn, they smart. Because they use and they know as soon as people see that, everything else out the door.
The children.
We just don't want that.
The children.
You know what I'm saying?
The children.
And it's frustrating. And so, I
the
said
children.
that kind of segues back.
But they touching the children.
But they touching the children.
It's not the trans people. It's your pastor.
The children.
I said one day in barbershop, y'all said you give me one stat on anywhere.
What's that?
Give me one stat where a trans person touched a kid in the bathroom, and I would get off of it.
When I tell you,
You ain't got one.
But if you give me the stats on a non-black and black men who have touched children,
astronomical.
Astronomical. The trans girl gonna make sure ain't nobody in the bathroom touching it.
First of all,
make sure she wash her hands.
The
trans girl gonna make sure she looks nice. And so these narratives that the things that we're afraid of in community, and I'm kind of rounding this out because I want us to get to a place of connection. That is what Raybridginghuman is all about. And I think that we take these nuanced things and we go into our individual corners. And if I see them there, because honestly, y'all, that rally we went to, all of us were there. All of us were there, and
it was beautiful.
It was beautiful.
It was not.
You didn't see anybody point anybody out. For
nobody.
Piece. And I think that we, as a community, we have to be able to. And I know this is so
cliche.
We have to be able to look beyond our differences and understand that. Listen, if I'm up and my brother ain't up,
you're not
we're not up as a community. So just because you can afford to go and buy a Mercedes, just because you can afford to go and buy a $400,000 house out in Arlington, that don't mean you're better than the ones that back here on Orange Mountain in South Memphis. But as a collective, y'all, we have to do a better job at charging. And I'm using this as a charge. This episode as a charge for community. Okay, so you didn't go to this march. Look for another march to go to. Guess what? Because it's gonna be a lot of
plenty.
And find other ways to protest. For your money.
Yes. Oh my God, that's a whole nother episode. That's a whole nother episode.
And find local organizers on Instagram. They do exist. People are organizing here in Memphis. So make sure that you tap in. The information's out there.
It is. Definitely.
We want everybody's life.
We want everybody.
Everybody. Yeah.
And I next time I hope that it's 5-6 more other people going with us. As we mark.
Come on, charter bus.
See, for real, like real talk. I never wanted to be a Malcolm X or Martin type Negro, but hey, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it for our people because ever since and this is a a shameless plug. But what's up, Rich? But nah, this is a shameless plug. No, but ever since we've been dealing with these young black boys in community, and we deal with them on a basic level, like my mindset has shifted to understand community and poverty deeper. You know what I'm saying? And looking at it out of their lens. Because guess what? I'm going home downtown to my nice place and put my truck in the gate. You know what I'm saying? But they're not doing that.
Yeah.
They don't even have their own. A lot of them, they have their own bed to go to.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And so looking at the world through the lens of a young black boy, that man, y'all, that changes me. So y'all have any final final words y'all want to just take away with this? And I thank y'all so much for being here. You know what I'm saying?
You're welcome, man.
I know we could go on and on, but I think that now it's more important for me, and I've had this conversation with Kadarius. Like it's more important for me to surround myself around people that I know that I really care about. And they really care about me, and that we're kind of on the same mindsets collectively to move forward in community. Like that's important. That's so important, y'all. So, y'all have any words y'all want to take away? Trey, you want to lead us, Paul?
You're not alone.
I'm not the leader.
Yeah.
I am here with you.
You want to lead us out?
Though
You're right.
no, you Jermaine. Jermaine.
No, I don't want to be Jermaine.
Oh, oh, that was so shady. That was shady. Oh, she patted her hair. Woo. Jackie was fly. Okay.
No, my takeaway is that yes, sitting there talking to the older lady was what I needed, and I'm going to continue to inform and try to figure out better ways to inform people like me, mothers, who are leading households, because our children are the ones being affected by these decisions. So, and then their children. But we're going to change. We're going to change this stuff.
Yeah.
But it's going to take us coming together to do it. This is not the period. This is a semicolon.
Yeah.
And so let's go. Let's get ready and do it.
For me, I'm not even gonna lie. Up until that rally, I was kind of disassociated. I mean, I had the anger that a black person in America should have, in today's times. But to see them people scale them walls back in January 6th, to fast forward now, you created a slush fund to repay those people.
Talk about it.
It's kind of like a bribe to me. You get them ready, okay,
to do it again
for these midterms.
Yes.
That's how I feel. So going to that rally, it kind of put a fire under my foot.
Yeah.
Like then I really didn't know how I could intertwine into the fabric of Black America moving forward, but now I kind of got an idea. So it kind of made things clearer for me.
And we also appreciate you for helping with them boys. You have jumped in, but you have jumped all the way. We appreciate you.
Yeah,
so
thank you.
I would push back slightly with you because, like, I've watched you over the past under 6 months to a year, like you spoke up on a lot of issues, a lot of things, man. And I see you, bro. So,
appreciate it. Yeah, it's a new time and a new day for me. So thank you.
It's a new season.
It's a new season. Come on, Dave. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, now, Clark.
I love DP Down.
For me, I think to your point, it's not a period, a semicolon. It reminded me of this phrase that when I ask some of the young people that I'm working with, they say life be lifing.
Man.
And oftentimes after I heard that so much, I realized that they would put a period there.
Yeah.
And right now, that's the only way I can describe life. There's a lot of highs that's happening. I just had my son graduate from high school,
Okay.
and associate's degree.
That's what's up.
He's in college at University of Memphis. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of things to
Come on,
celebrate.
black
At the
man.
same time, I'm really, really terrified for his future.
Yeah.
His future prospects after he graduates.
Mhm.
What this country will look like in 2 years. Is he going to be able to vote in the next midterm?
Right.
Is he going to be able to vote in the next election? Like, these are the things that are on my mind. Not even talking about his actual economical well-being. Like,
Right.
I'm not there yet. I just want to make sure he has that.
Mhm.
So life is lifing, comma.
Mhm.
What I feel charged to do is to continue to educate myself,
Mhm.
be aware,
Yeah.
and then 2, this is what I have not been doing.
Mhm.
Figure out a way that feels comfortable to me
Yeah.
to amplify my voice.
Mhm.
I'm not ready to be a social media influencer like you, Ray. I'm sorry. Sorry.
But you don't have to be, though. You know.
But at the same time, I feel a calling, if you will.
Right.
It's
definitely there.
And so,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm figuring out what a way that feels comfortable to me, that feels natural.
You have, yeah.
Yes, get uncomfortable, but still not be fake.
Right. Right.
And that's the nuance that I'm trying to navigate.
Mhm.
Because I don't want to be some of the people that I know around here, that's making noise,
Right.
that's not necessarily tapped in,
Mhm.
or actually making a difference, just amplifying their platform for themselves.
Right.
I don't want to be that person.
Mhm.
I want to make sure that it's adding value
Right.
to what's happening right now.
I appreciate y'all so much. And you got it in you. And I'm not gonna lie, like, just because I know, like, at ground level, my platform is around mental health, you know, and so I try to stay in that. But what's going on, like, I feel I be feeling charged to, like, you know, really speak up on other fronts. And so I am, and I want to do it more. That's the purpose of this episode. But please comment on this episode. What do you think about it? Give us your comments, your thoughts on this episode. Let us know what you think, how you feel about this, and also share, also like, and also subscribe. Thank y'all so much. I love my people. Thank y'all for this episode. And until the next time, this is Raybridging Human Stories I Told and Bridges I Built. Love y'all. Peace.
Peace.